Hello beautiful friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Melissa from MYSHA. I'm coming at you again from the green and here in the hinterland and absolutely loving this beautiful afternoon light. The energy is up at the moment. I've just created a couple of assets for future postings about the firehorse energy incoming, and woo, it's all it's all very uplifting. And anyway, I thought I'd come on here today and just review a little bit of some of the messages that came through 2025 to see if that might help you as well. Because I think what we're all entering into this year, there's a lot of talk about action, there's a lot of talk about everybody coming into their creativity, and I think with that, there is, certainly with me, there is a hesitancy, because what we're being called to do is to overcome some of our greatest fears. It puts us into a vulnerable place, and certainly what's come up for me as I've been, manifesting this new persona and stepping into my light and being more public about it, there are some old sort of messages in there programmed in from when I was a teenager and stuff that I believed about myself that I tucked away in there somewhere in my energy that I needed to release. And I did that this morning, but it wasn't without really going into that soft, vulnerable part of myself. And I recalled straight away these messages from September last year, when I was visited by not one but two beautiful power animals. The first of these was the white-bellied sea eagle, and sorry about the wobbles of the camera here. The white-bellied sea eagle came in one day when I was walking along the dam wall, and for a few times that I visited there, and every time I went to get my camera out to video it, it would vanish. I just wasn't able to capture it until one day I did. It was the day of my youngest daughter's birthday, and she and my other daughter were walking along the wall, and I spotted the eagle, and I looked up, I pulled my camera out, and that was it. I was transfixed for a good 15 minutes. My daughters had walked way off in the distance, and I was there just following this majestic bird. And what really captured my attention wasn't just the fact that it was an eagle circling overhead, but its beautiful white underbelly. And it really spoke to the vulnerable side of me that had been feeling quite fearful and worrying about the future, all of that kind of thing when you make a massive big shift in your life, which I have been doing and am in the process of doing. When you transition out of one profession to into a whole other arena in life, it really does shake you. And it's not the first time I've done it, so I know it's achievable, but still my vulnerable side was definitely needing a bit of reassurance. And this eagle, seeing it that day and seeing its beautiful white underbelly and finding out that it was a white-bellied sea eagle that is local and native to this area, I don't know, there was something very sort of, it's okay, I'm here with you kind of reassurance, and made me feel a lot more confident at the time, and still really mystically engaged with it too, as if the conversation was ongoing. And indeed it was, because just a few days after I managed to capture it on film, my daughter and I had planned to go to a school event, and she studies by distance, so school events are pretty few and far between for us. But it was a trip out to another local national park here, and we met a bunch of other families there, and we knew at this visit there that there would be potential to see a bird show. but I had no idea that this bird show would have within it the most beautiful, beautiful specimen of a white-bellied sea eagle. And there it was, this beautiful sea eagle called Wanda, and she jumped down off the arm of the handler, the guy, the expert, and jumped down right in front of me, hopped along in front of me, like literally right beside me, circled around behind me, went wah, wah behind me. And it had this message for me at the time that you need to use your voice, you need to speak your authentic truth, speak now or forever hold your peace kind of message. And I was just so gobsmacked that not only had I captured this beautiful bird, this beautiful spiritual being, it was like poetry in motion when I caught it on video at the dam, and then to have it right in front of me and to get a close-up look at it, I was just transfixed and in awe, absolute awe. And not only that, but just before that, I had had an astrological reading, I guess you could call it, with one of our beautiful Australian astrologers here, and she pointed out to me in my chart the fixed star Fomolo, and that it is kind of like, it looks like in the sky, like the Aquarius urn of water pouring down into the mouth of the great fish in the sky. And to her, that was a whale. And for me, that meant whale as well. And wowzers, because it was also whale season at the time that this happened. And just after the sighting of this beautiful bird, this beautiful sea eagle. And I had so many experiences after that of and opportunities to be witness to the humpback whales, because it was whale season here. And many a time during that month and months to follow, I saw the white belly of the whale. And it wasn't until I sat down and actually drew one of these beautiful whales in my self-inquiry, in my creative arts therapy practice, about the fixed star Fomolo and this beautiful whale that came through in my reading. And the message was very clear that I needed to show the whale breaching out of the water and showing its underbelly as it did. And I didn't actually at the time link the sea eagle and the whale together, but I certainly did in the time that followed. And as I was describing it, in my writing, and it came through very clearly that both of these beautiful divine power animals were showing me that you can be strong, you can have great perspective and great majesty, as well as at the same time as showing to the world your most vulnerable side. Because actually your vulnerable side, your underbelly side, that soft part of you at the front here, is your divinity. That's where your divinity resides, in your most tender side, your most heartful and emotional and compassionate, self-loving side of yourself. That's where your divinity really shines through. So both of these majestic creatures really had something special to tell me then, and I recall it now because here I am doing something vulnerable. Here I am, making these public videos on YouTube available to all and sundry, and sharing a piece of my heart, the biggest piece of my heart, here for you and with you as we travel through this incredible time of transformation, moving from, the past into this beautiful fire horse year, this energy of beginning, pioneering, breaking new ground. Like I said yesterday or the other day, I made the video, break through, break free kind of energy. And I really would love for you to keep a lookout, if you're feeling called to anyway, to keep a lookout for those spirit animals that are in your periphery. And right now I'm looking at this incredible little flying bug. It looks like a little bee that's buzzing around me right now. It's quite big actually. Oh, it's so divine. Sorry about that. When things like that in nature, as I'm talking about them, happen, I have to share. Oh wow, that was incredible. I will have to think about that now. Where was I? Yes, so I invite you, as just came to me, the minute that we start, and now I'm looking at a blue butterfly. Wow. Phew. Thank you, Mother Nature. I am so grateful, and I'm trying to make a video right now. So, third time lucky, I invite you to keep your lookout, keep your eyes open for the spirit animal that might be following you on your journey, and what that means for you, what the meaning is behind that for you. Because when we look at the meaning behind the symbols in life, there is so much deep fulfillment. Meaning brings happiness. It really, truly does. Humankind is a being in search of meaning. You know, one of my old famous quotes from studying creative arts therapy. Human beings are in search of meaning. That's our state of being. And, you know, some people find it in the strangest of places. And, you know, we're allowed to. We're allowed to find our meaning in power animals, in spirit animals. We're allowed to find our meaning in the elements in nature. We're allowed to find our meaning in the most beautiful, ceremonial, natural places. And I invite you to do that too. And if it helps you to get in touch with your vulnerable side and overcome some fears and anxieties that might be sort of persisting for you this year when it's call to action year, please do, you know, let it be so. Let yourself be opened up to that, and, you know, the possibility of maybe breaking through some of that fear and that vulnerability and that, you know, lack of courage. Because I really feel that this year is a year to get in touch with your courageous side. And let's remember that courageous, the word courage, C-O-U-R, actually is the heart center. You know, we're focusing on our heart work, our heart mission, the thing in our heart that we really want most in our life to materialize. And for me, and I think for a lot of my community, it's not about getting stuff. It's not about material acquisition. It's about experience. It's about having experiences in your life that make you feel good, that make you feel happy, that bring you joy, that bring you peace, true inner peace. That's what this life is all about. And if it takes a little courage to get there, so be it. Let's support one another with that. Let's look to these beautiful examples of the humpback whale with the white belly and this beautiful white-bellied sea eagle, and get their messages of perspective and strength and breaking through. You know, the whale breaks through the surface of the water to show its truth, to show its underbelly side. It's a breakthrough kind of message that comes from the humpback whale, I feel. So let's take them with us. I invite you to take them with you too, and let's step into our strength this year. One thing that I'm also looking forward to sharing with you in coming videos will be MYSHA's voice and her beautiful channeling that has been coming through for me vocally this year. I touched on it in the last video, that's what's been happening for me, and it certainly requires a lot of courage for me to be able to do this, to channel freely and vocally. I had a bit of a practice run yesterday, and I'm really needing more courage. So I'm really calling upon these power animals to help me to make that decision and step out into the light and share that with you. I know MYSHA really wants me to. My higher self is kind of tapping me on the shoulder a little bit more strongly at the moment. And I've got the whip birds here whipping away, which for me is a big tick. Yes, you're right. Exactly what you're saying is true. yes, I will get there. I promise. I'm promising myself and I'm promising you that I will find the courage and the bravery to share her voice, to share her channeling with you, because certainly, like I said, it's a very coherent, very clear voice. It has a lot of power. And this year, I think the fire horse is another one of those spirit animals with a message of accessing your inner power, your empowerment. The whipbird's still ticking away there. I love it. Love it when nature speaks to us like this. Anyway, I'm going to finish up this video now, and as I do, I really want to send you that invitation again to tune in to any power animals that may be around you at the moment. You might see one physically in real life, you might see an image of one, something might pop up in your socials, or someone might mention something, maybe a past experience might come to mind. Just keep your eye open for these power animals. They're definitely here to help us, and yeah, what a wonderful start to the year having their presence. Thank you so much, Mother Nature. Thank you, Whipbird, for affirming everything that I'm saying. So beautiful. I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me for this ride, this wild ride of the fire horse this year as well. Blessings, love, and light. You're important. You should know that. Blessings. Bye for now.